When it comes to creating wealth, wealth is a mindset. It's all about how you think. Laurel Langmeyer. I'd say 80% of the coaching that I do with folks is about their psychology and the way they think. I know when people say, "Oh, you can do it, I can't." People have the capability to change their inner relationship and conversation with money. The Secret to Money 107. The good news is that the moment you decide that what you know is more important than what you have been taught to believe, you will have shifted gears in your quest for abundance. Success comes from within, not from without. You have got to feel good about money to attract more to you. Understandably, when people do not have enough money, they do not feel good about money, because they don't have enough. But those negative feelings about money are stopping more money coming to you. You have got to stop the cycle, and you stop it by starting to feel good about money, and being grateful for what you have. Start to say and feed, "I have more than enough. There is an abundance of money and it's on its way to me. I am a money magnet. I love money and money loves me. I am receiving money every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." Giving is a powerful action to bring more money into your life, because when you are giving, you are saying, "I have plenty." It will not be surprising to you to learn that the wealthiest people on the planet are the greatest philanthropists. They give away vast. 108 The secret. Amounts of money, and as they give, by the law of attraction, the universe opens up and floods vast amounts of money back to them, multiplied. If you are thinking, "I don't have enough money to give," bingo. Now you know why you don't have enough money. When you think you don't have enough to give, start giving. As you demonstrate faith in giving, the law of attraction must give you more to give. There is a big difference between giving and sacrificing. Giving from a heart that is overflowing feels so good. Sacrificing does not feel good. Don't confuse the two, they are diametrically opposed. One emits a signal of lack and the other emits a signal of more than enough. One feels good and one does not feel good. Sacrifice will eventually lead to resentment. Giving from a full heart is one of the most joyous things you can do, and the law of attraction will grab hold of that signal and flood even more into your life. You can feel the difference. I find so many people who make a tremendous amount of money, but their relationships stink. And that's not wealth. You can go after the money and you might get rich, but it doesn't guarantee you'll be wealthy. I'm not suggesting that money isn't a part of wealth, it absolutely is. But it's only a part. The Secret to Money 109. And then I meet a lot of people who are spiritual but they're sick and broke all the time. That's not wealth either. Life is meant to be abundant in all areas. If you have been brought up to believe that being wealthy is not spiritual, then I highly recommend you read the Millionaires of the Bible series by Catherine Ponder. In these glorious books you will discover that Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, and Jesus were not only prosperity teachers, but also millionaires themselves, with more affluent lifestyles than many present-day millionaires could conceive of. You are the heir to the kingdom. Prosperity is your birthright, and you hold the key to more abundance in every area of your life than you can possibly imagine. You deserve every good thing you want, and the universe will give you every good thing you want, but you have to summon it into your life. Now you know the secret. You have the key. The key is your thoughts and feelings, and you have been holding the key in your hand all of your life. Marcy Shimoff. Many people in Western culture are striving for success. They want the great home, they want their businesses to work, they want all these outer things. But what we found in our research is that having these outer things does not necessarily guarantee what we really want, which is happiness. So we go for these outer things thinking they're going to bring us 110 The secret. Happiness, but it's backward. You need to go for the inner joy, the inner peace, the inner vision first, and then all of the outer things appear. Everything you want is an inside job. The outside world is the world of effects, if s just the result of thoughts. Set your thoughts and frequency on happiness. Radiate the feelings of happiness and joy within you, and transmit that into the universe with all of your might, and you will experience true heaven on earth. To attract money, focus on wealth. It is impossible to bring more money into your life when you focus on the lack of it. It is helpful to use your imagination and make believe you already have the money you want. Play games of having wealth and you will feel better about money. As you feel better about it, more will flow into your life. Feeling happy now is the fastest way to bring money into your life. Make it your intention to look at everything you like and say to yourself, I can afford that. I can buy that. You will shift your thinking and begin to feel better about money. Give money in order to bring more of it into your life. When you are generous with money and feel good about sharing it, you are saying, I have plenty. Visualize checks in the mail. Tip the balance of your thoughts to wealth. Think wealth. Marie Diamond. Feng Shui consultant, teacher, and speaker. The secret means that we are creators of our universe, and that every wish that we want to create will manifest in our lives. Therefore, our wishes, thoughts, and feelings are very important because they will manifest. One day I went into the home of an art director, a very famous film producer. In every corner he had this beautiful image of a naked woman draped with a fabric, kind of turning away as if she were saying, I don't see you. I said to him, I think you might have trouble in your romance. And he said, are you clairvoyant? No, but look. In 7 places, you have exactly that same woman. He said, but I love that kind of painting. I painted it myself. I said, that's even worse because you put all your creation and creativity in it. 114. The secret. He's a gorgeous looking man with all these actresses around him because that's the work he does, and he doesn't have any romance. I asked him, what do you want? I want to date 3 women a week. I said, okay, paint it. Paint yourself with 3 women, and hang it in every corner of your living space. 6 months later I saw him and asked, how is your love life? Great. Women call me, they want to date me. Because that's your wish, I said. He said, I feel great. I mean, for years I did not have a date and now I have 3 dates a week. They're fighting over me. Good for you, I said. Then he told me, I really want to stabilize. I want marriage now, I want romance. I said, well, then paint it. He painted a beautiful romantic relationship, and a year later he got married, and he's very happy. This is because he put another wish out. He wished it in himself for years without it happening because his wish could not manifest. The outer level of himself, his house, was contradicting his wish all the time. So if you understand this knowledge, you just start playing with it. Marie Diamond's story of her client is a perfect demonstration of how Feng Shui reflects the teachings of the secret. It illustrates how our thoughts create powerfully when we put them into action. Any action we take must be preceded by a thought. Thoughts create the words we speak, the feelings we feel, and our actions. Actions are particularly powerful because they are thoughts that have caused us to act. The secret to relationships. 115. We may not even realize what our innermost thoughts are, but we can see what we have been thinking by looking at the actions we have taken. In the story of the film producer, his innermost thoughts were reflected in his actions and surroundings. He had painted many women, all turning away from him. Can you see what his innermost thoughts were? Even though his words were saying he wanted to date more women, his innermost thoughts did not reflect that in his paintings. By deliberately choosing to change his actions, it caused him to focus his entire thought on what he wanted. With such a simple shift, he was able to paint his life and call it into existence through the law of attraction. When you want to attract something into your life, Make sure your actions don't contradict your desires. One of the most wonderful examples of this is given by Mike Dooley, one of the teachers featured in The Secret, in his audio course, Leveraging the Universe and Engaging the Magic. It is a story of a woman who wanted to attract her perfect partner into her life. She had done all the right things, she got clear about what she wanted him to be like, made a detailed list of all of his qualities, and visualized him in her life. Despite doing all these things, there was no sign of him. Then one day as she arrived home and was parking her car in the middle of her garage, she gasped as she realized that her actions were contradicting what she wanted. If her car was in the middle of the garage, there was no room for her perfect partner's car. Her actions were powerfully saying to the universe that she did not believe she was going to receive what she had asked for. So she immediately cleaned up her garage and parked her car to one side. 116 The Secret. Leaving space for her perfect partner's car on the other side. She then went into her bedroom and opened her wardrobe, which was jammed full of clothes. There was no room for her perfect partner's clothes. So she moved some of her clothes to make space. She had also been sleeping in the middle of her bed, and so she began sleeping on her side, leaving space for her partner. This woman related her story to Mike Dooley over a dinner, and sitting next to her at the table was her perfect partner. After taking all of these powerful actions and acting as if she had already received her perfect partner, he arrived in her life and they are now happily married. Another simple example of acting as if is a story of my sister Glenda, who is the production manager of the film The Secret. She was living and working in Australia, and she wanted to move to the United States and work with me in our US office. Glenda knew The Secret very well, and so she was doing all the right things to bring forth what she wanted, but months were passing by and she was still in Australia. Glenda looked at her actions and realized she was not acting as if she was receiving what she had asked for. So she began to take powerful actions. She organized everything in her life for her departure. She canceled memberships, gave away things she would not need, and she got her suitcases out and packed them. Within 4 weeks, Glenda was in the United States working out of our US office. The secret to relationships. 117. Think about what you have asked for, and make sure that your actions are mirroring what you expect to receive, and that they're not contradicting what you've asked for. Act as if you are receiving it. Do exactly what you would do if you were receiving it today, and take actions in your life to reflect that powerful expectation. Make room to receive your desires, and as you do, you are sending out that powerful signal of expectation. Lisa Nichols. Inside relationships, it's important to first understand who's coming into the relationship, and not just your partner. You need to understand yourself first. James Ray. How can you ever expect anyone else to enjoy your company if you don't enjoy your own company? And so again, the law of attraction or the secret is about bringing that into your life. You've got to get really, really clear. Here's the question I would ask you to consider: do you treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you? When you do not treat yourself the way you want others to treat you, you can never change the way things are. Your actions are your powerful thoughts, so if you do not treat yourself with 118 The secret. Love and respect, you are emitting a signal that is saying you are not important enough, worthy enough, or deserving. That signal will continue to be broadcast, and you will experience more situations of people not treating you well. The people are just the effect. Your thoughts are the cause. You must begin to treat yourself with love and respect, and emit that signal and get on that frequency. Then the law of attraction will move the entire universe, and your life will be full of people who love and respect you. Many people have sacrificed themselves for others, thinking when they sacrifice themselves they are being a good person. Wrong. To sacrifice yourself can only come from thoughts of absolute lack, because it is saying, there is not enough for everyone, so I will go without. Those feelings do not feel good and will eventually lead to resentment. There is abundance for everybody, and it is each person's responsibility to summon their own desires. You cannot summon for another person because you cannot think and feel for another. Your job is you. When you make feeling good a priority, that magnificent frequency will radiate and touch everyone close to you. Drive John Gray, you become the solution for you. Don't point to another person and say, now you owe me and you need to give me more. Instead, give more to yourself. Take time off to give to yourself, and in a sense to fill yourself up to fullness, to where now you can overflow in giving. The secret to relationships 119. To acquire love, fill yourself up with it until you become a magnet. Many of us were taught to put ourselves last, and as a consequence we attracted feelings of being unworthy and undeserving. As those feelings lodged within us, we continued to attract more life situations that had us feel more unworthy and not enough. You must change that thinking. Undoubtedly to some, the idea of giving so much love to self will seem very cold, hard and unmerciful. Still, this matter may be seen in a different light, when we find that looking out for number one, as directed by the infinite, is really looking out for number two and is indeed the only way to permanently benefit number two. Unless you fill yourself up first, you have nothing to give anybody. Therefore it is imperative that you tend to you first. Attend to your joy first. People are responsible for their own joy. When you tend to your joy and do what makes you feel good, you are a joy to be around and you are a shining example to every child and every person in your life. When you are feeling joy, you don't even have to think about giving. It is a natural overflow. 120. The secret. Lisa Nichols. I got into many relationships expecting my partner to show me my beauty, because I didn't see my own beauty. When I was growing up, my heroes or my sheroes were the Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, and Charlie's Angels. And while they're wonderful, they didn't look like me. It wasn't until I fell in love with Lisa I fell in love with my mocha skin, my full lips, my round hips, my curly black hair. It wasn't until that happened that the rest of the world was able to fall in love with me as well. The reason you have to love you is because it is impossible to feel good if you don't love you. When you feel bad about yourself, you are blocking all the love and all the good that the universe has for you. When you feel bad about yourself, it feels as though you are sucking the life out of you, because all of your good, on every single subject including health, wealth, and love is on the frequency of joy and feeling good. The feeling of having unlimited energy, and that amazing feeling of health and wellness, are all on the frequency of feeling good. When you don't feel good about you, you are on a frequency that is attracting more people, situations, and circumstances that will continue to make you feel bad about you. You must change your focus and begin to think about all the things that are wonderful about you. Look for the positives in you. As you focus on those things, the law of attraction will show you more great things about you. You attract what you think about. All you. The secret to relationships 121. Have to do is begin with one prolonged thought of something good about you, and the law of attraction will respond by giving you more like thoughts. Look for the good things about you. Seek and ye shall find. Bob Proctor. There's something so magnificent about you. I have been studying me for 44 years. I wanna kiss myself sometimes. Because you're going to get to love yourself. I'm not talking about conceit, I'm talking about a healthy respect for yourself, and as you love yourself, you'll automatically love others. Marcy Shimoff. In relationships we're so used to complaining about other people. For instance, my co-workers are so lazy, my husband makes me so mad, my children are so difficult. It's always focusing on the other person. But for relationships to really work, we need to focus on what we appreciate about the other person, not what we're complaining about. When we're complaining about those things, we're only getting more of those things. Even if you're having a really hard time in a relationship, things aren't working, you're not getting along, someone's in your face, you still can turn that relationship around. Take a piece of paper, and for the next 30 days sit down and write all the things that you appreciate about that person. Think about all the reasons that you love them. You appreciate their